Hey everybody, Icy Cat here, and today we are starting a new operator segment. This is profiling Thatcher today. You're getting a chance to use him and see his best class setups, as well as what are the most effective ways to use his gadget. We're going to take a look at Thatcher in depth now. Thatcher is an attacker, and he has a choice of either the AR-33 assault rifle or the L85A2 assault rifle. Both have pretty comparable stats and can be used interchangeably. He also has the P226 9mm handgun and a choice of breaching charges or stun grenades. Since both rifles are pretty similar, I like to set up one as a longer range engagement and the other one as maybe a shorter to a mid-range engagement, so that way I have my choice of loadout when going into a new PvP match or something, depending on what other people take. Here you can see I have the AR-33 set up as my longer range engagement weapon. I have an ACOG mounted on the top of that, and that's how I prefer to use this particular one. Again, the stats between the two rifles are pretty similar. This has a slightly faster rate of fire than the L85, but I mean they're fairly comparable. Here I'm using it in a PvP match, and I think I do pretty well with it. Thatcher's gadget is the EMP grenade there that I just threw out, and we'll see a better example of how that works in just a moment. The EMP grenade affects all enemy devices. It works on bandits' batteries, so that'll do his shock wire, electrified walls, electrified deployable shields. Here you'll see I use it against this tripwire here that's on the doorway there. That takes that out safely so that nobody gets hurt by that. It also works on nitro cells and signal jammers, pretty much anything that runs on a battery. It will affect the defender camera systems. It will also take out bomber vests in the terrorist hunt mode, and I'll show some examples of that a little later on. One interesting thing is, while it works on the defender cameras, it does not work on the friendly attacker drone cameras. If there's an attacker drone and it gets in the middle of the blast, it won't be affected by it. Likewise, if I throw it too close to a thermite's charge or to a cluster charge or anything like that, it won't interfere with the device, even though an electrified wall would. Or a signal jammer would, but for some reason the EMP has friendly fire options as far as detecting what objects it can affect. I kind of disagree with that. I wish it would affect devices on both sides. Due to Thatcher's weapon loadout, he makes a pretty effective attacker. He's definitely got some good weapons and some good abilities, and you can see I use him to that effect here. Using breaching charges, you can really get into places and make effective use of his weaponry here. As you can see, I flank the opposing team here and really just kind of make a mess of them and help lead our team to victory there. There's an example of the sidearm being used. Again, the P226. Very effective pistol. Thatcher's device can be countered by Jaeger, and it's possible that it might be able to slip past the device sometimes. Jaeger's device seems a little hit or miss on those kind of things, but it should be able to take it out in most examples before it has a chance to blow up. One possible thing that you could be able to do is wallbang with the detonation, because the detonation will pierce through walls, and if Jaeger's device is right on the other side, I'm not sure if it would actually take the device out or not, but there is a possibility of that. If Jaeger's device is protecting a room, you can also wallbang other gadgets that are in the room with the detonation in that regard as well. One thing I noticed when using his EMP device is that it doesn't seem to affect the environmental lighting. And here's an example here. You can see I throw this in, and the lights in this room do not flicker at all. And yet when you use a breaching charge will make all the lights in close proximity flicker, and it doesn't do that here. I'd like to see that kind of happen, because you think if anything is going to affect lights, it's going to be an EMP charge. So if breaching charges can do it, I hope that they fix this so this does it too. Here's a good example of the bomber being taken out by the EMP there. It's like he gets almost like a flash grenade effect. He gets stunned for a minute and kind of, wonders what just happened to him, and then you can take him out. He does become a normal terrorist at that point with an assault rifle and, kind of heavy armor, so he can no longer detonate and take you out. Another nice side effect is that this device can also affect pulse and will interfere with his ability to use his gadget. Now, I've never actually been hit by an EMP grenade while using pulse, so I don't know what that looks like. And neither have I successfully used one against pulse either, So I know that it does affect him, but I can't comment too much on how it does. Here's another example of using the EMP device against a bomber. He gets stunned there, and I was fortunately able to get a headshot on him, so he went down nice and fast. So that wraps up our first in-depth operator profile. We'll try to do new ones every Monday and Friday between now and launch, so that by the time the game is ready to go, so are you. In the meantime, if you've liked what you've seen here, please go ahead and like and subscribe to keep more new content coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.